If you were here last year, you heard us express concern over dropping vacancy rates across asset classes. And this year, it's clear that those issues are compounded as market uncertainty has caused new development to slow. As a result, Missoula's real estate market continues to face low vacancy rates with a limited supply of office and retail spaces to meet growing demand. Despite ongoing construction activity in the area, elevated construction costs and restricted commercial lending have led to a contraction in the pipeline for new development. In fact, these are the most limited development pipelines noted by our Sterling CRE research team ever. You'll probably notice that the Market Watch brochure you got at the door today does not have any development pipeline activity that initiates in 2025. That's not a typo. We're seeing very limited product in the development pipeline past 2024. That all stacks up to a perpetuated cycle of low vacancy rate and limited commercial space. The one exception is the multifamily housing sector, where we are finally starting to see some breathing room. However, this increase in multifamily housing, accompanied by a decline in available commercial space, is creating a potential imbalance in our market. So, just as Missoula catches up on building places to live, the city is running low on places to work. I'll kick off the data behind this challenging dynamic with info our research team collected for the office sector. We've heard mixed feelings about that trending work from home model. While big companies such as Amazon, Disney, and Starbucks are calling the workforce back to the workplace, many employees are showing a bit of resistance. Per Forbes, a study conducted with 800 HR leaders reported that 94% found that the staff at their companies were more or equally productive working remotely compared to working in the office. Consider a study conducted by Cisco with 28,000 employees, which revealed 78% of employees felt that remote and hybrid work improved their overall well-being. In October 2022, stats for the employee return to the workplace were increasing with a sliver of hope for office vacancies. The remote hybrid workers hit the lowest point at 45% of the workforce. That changed in January of 2023, reverting back to increases in remote and hybrid workers, with them making up 50% of the workforce and no signs of slowing. We'll go over what this means for employers, which closely correlates with what that means for landlords. Taking a look at the macro environment, the overall US office vacancy rates expectantly increased from 9.44% in 2019 to 12.49% in 2022. As we look at where those increases were most prominent, the worst performers show the largest increases in vacancy, while the best performers saw the highest decreases in vacancy. To no surprise, large metropolitan areas such as San Francisco saw the largest increase in vacancies. At 14%, Montana finished middle of the pack at number 30 out of 50 states for percent of workforce working from home. Missoula certainly paints a picture that differs from the national average, with year-over-year vacancy decreasing by 4.53%. As a caveat, that number may be alarming, but due to project timeline, we have removed the federal building vacancy from our data, in turn amplifying the vacancy rate. While average sales transactions decreased, average sale prices increased, showing a strong horizon for development opportunities for office space in the Missoula market. Looking at the age of our office buildings, 33.7% fall under the economically obsolete category, meaning require significant renovations or complete demolition. This affirms the need for new office in Missoula. Between unemployment rates hitting a 53-year low and the strong desire to adopt a remote and/or work from home model, employers must increase the amenities offered in the office to attract and hold employees. What does this mean for office condition expectations for employers? A few things. First, creating an environment similar to what we saw during the tech boom, with high-end finishes and common areas, spaces that support collaborative work, and strong digital communication systems to accommodate virtual meetings and collaboration. Second, requirements for executive-style offices with common area kitchenettes, conference or meeting rooms, and reception have increased, which all allow efficient pricing for tenants as costs for common area spaces are shared. What this means if you're a landlord. In the coming years, expect tenant improvement allowance requests from tenants as they aid in bringing vintage space up to modern standards. For those vintage, large, single-tenanted office buildings, prepare to pivot as renewals arise. Could you work to demise the space into multi-tenanted executive-style offices with shared amenities? How can you minimize wasted space to efficiently offer alternatives to tenants? For the Missoula market, we have seen an inverse relationship between the local and national vacancy rates for office. The continued decline in vacancy with minimal development in the pipeline has created a ripple effect in the economy, including affecting on the multifamily environment, which Matt will touch on later. Finally, the pipeline is looking pretty slim, with only about 17,300 square feet of office space currently under construction, and of that, 50% are already spoken for. That leaves just 21%, or 21,000 square feet in the planning and permitting pipeline. While we do know that there are quite a few projects awaiting in the wings, we're being conservative in our estimates. That's a direct response to the hesitancy we see from developers, especially in the office sector. The upshot for office is low vacancy, with not much planned for the next few years, even when we take the speculative and rumor mill developments into consideration.